Alright then, where should I start? Oh, I know. Money. See, it seems very hard for me to admit this, but, there are times where you have to admit that the world, kind of does go round because of money. Of course, I don't mean in an actual sense, because in an actual sense, what makes it go around is like a lot of gravitational pull stuff and a lot of physics stuff that I don't completely understand. But in a very basic sense, money is kind of necessary to live. I mean, money can't buy you happiness, but in order to have a stable condition where happiness is therefore feasible, you kind of need that base. So how do we get money? Well, you get jobs. And that's the main thing I want to talk about. I've been applying for a lot of jobs lately. I'm a college student, which means I have no money. As a result of this, I've been searching for a lot of jobs. I've handed in around 11 applications thus far. Because I've been looking for jobs, I've learned a few things about this process that I don't particularly like. Number one is my favorite. It's the Catch-22. Those of you who don't read, Catch-22 is a book written by Joseph Heller. In the book, he presents a scenario where his main character wants to leave the Air Force. Now, of course, the only way to get out of the Air Force is to be crazy. However, if you were crazy, you wouldn't want to leave the war because only crazy people want to go to war, and thus, if you are claiming that you're crazy to get out of the war, and you obviously don't want to be there, therefore you can't be crazy. Interestingly enough, looking for jobs, there's a very similar one, where you can't get a job if you don't have job experience. It kind of makes it difficult for some of us who are applying for the first time. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that being used as a criteria. I understand what employers are trying to do. If you hire people who have experience, then you can cut down on training, theoretically, and it costs less. Also, you're getting more bang for your buck because typically, if a person has more experience, then it's likely that they'll do better on the job. I get that. What I don't understand is this. It being the sole criteria that these applications seem to be judged on. A lot of applications end up getting turned down strictly due to a lack of experience. When someone, let's say, for example, a crackhead, can have experience. They can, and they can have no criminal record or anything else that usually will blacklist them for a job. But are they likely to perform as well as, well, let's see, off the top of my head, a 4.0 student who can speak 2 languages, learns exceedingly fast, is kind of good looking and wears a nice coat? I do realize that I have a small sample base. The point is, it shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be this impossible. You shouldn't be caught in a situation where one factor amongst many, which is highly variable in how dependable it is the sole factor on how you get a job. So now that the actual ranting is over, I have a few things to say. 3 of my close friends are doing some really cool vlogging things to keep up with each other during the summer. It's pretty cool. There's a link down in the doobly-doo to go check them out. They're called the We 3 Roomies. Tell me what you want me to rant about. I can rant about anything. I promise you, I can rant about anything. But I like to rant about things you guys want me to rant about. So, tell me. Down there.